Welcome to Creole and Cajun Living with Bomb Cherry. In this video, I will be making my Southern style potato salad. The ingredients and recipe will be listed in the description box below. So I first start with the potatoes. I rinse the potatoes off and then I proceed to peel my potatoes. I then slice the potatoes and cut them in small size cubes. As I cut the potatoes, I ensure to place them in cold water to ensure that they do not oxidize on me. In other words, we do not want the potatoes to turn brown. Although it's not showing on camera, I take the potatoes over to my sink, strain them, and rinse them in cold water. I place them in a large pot, cover them in cold water. I know you keep hearing me say cold water, but it's important that the water is cold so the potatoes will not turn colors on you. You do not want to serve anyone brown potato salad. Now watch this, y'all. That's right, I'm adding in some chicken flavor directly into the water as I boil my potatoes. Now I have watched my grandmother use beef stock and also seafood stock in order to flavor her potatoes. Now I mention this just in case you do not have chicken stock or chicken bouillon cubes in your kitchen, but you do have beef or seafood. I am going to add in a tad bit of salt. I just want you to recognize that these bouillon cubes sometimes are packed with salt. So don't be afraid to taste your water. Just ensure that it isn't too salty. Okay, so now we're working with the eggs. I fill my pot a quarter of the way with cold water. And then I gently place my eggs within the pot. So here I'm going to add in a half a teaspoon of salt to the water. And what this does is helps to prevent the eggs from cracking while boiling and make them easier to peel when done. Okay, so here my pot is at a full rolling boil. So at this point I'm going to turn the heat off, keeping the pot on the burner. I'm going to cover with a lid and I'm going to allow it to sit for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so back to the potatoes. I have cooked the potatoes until they are tender. Don't want them to be too mushy, but you do want to be able to stick a fork in them. So I drain the potatoes in my colander. And what I'm going to do is place these in the refrigerator until they cool down. Okay, quickly back to the eggs. I think I've gone over my time limit. So what I'm going to do is quickly place these eggs in an ice bath to stop the cooking process. It is the 4th of July and I am cooking a lot of things at once. And right now I'm hoping that I did not ruin these eggs, but we will know when it's time to cut into them. Okay, so let's get on to the salad portion of this dish, shall we? Now, my grandmother used to make her own pickles, and she would mix a dill pickle with a sweet pickle, and that is what she would use in her potato salad. Now in my family, I watched the women use relish and some women just use pickles. I personally, for this recipe, will be using both a dill pickle and a sweet pickle, or aka relish. I've heard there's a product on the market called salad cubes, which is basically the same thing. I guess what I'm saying is that you have many options. Okay, so here I'm going to cut into my egg and see, did I overcook it? Maybe just a little bit. Just a tad. And How do I know? I can tell by the yolk. But yeah, I can use this without any issues. Okay, so all I'm doing here is breaking and peeling the eggs. I hope you already know how to do this because I'm not going to spend much time showing you how to. The same for actually cutting the egg up. I'm not going to show you much of this, but basically you want it to be small but not too small. Just chop it up. Just chop it up, baby. Just chop it up. Now let's start putting everything together. I have some creamy mayo. Please don't use Miracle Whip. If you bring Miracle Whip to the party, baby. Woo! Anyway, you're going to add you some mustard. And then I'm going to add just a tad bit of sugar. Yes, a tad bit of sugar, baby. Just a little bit. I know it might look like it's weird. It might sound a little weird. But you do want to add that balance. You will have some salt with the sugar. And then I'm adding in just a little paprika. Paprika adds a little color. Don't think that you're fancy by using smoked paprika. Okay? Stick with the regulars, please. And now I'm adding in my pickles, aka salad cubes, aka relish. Whatever you calling it, time to put it in, baby. It's time to put it in. And now for my egg. I'm just gonna dump the egg in and make sure that it is completely covered in the mixture that we just created. So now it's time to add my pepper and salt, and I want you to mix it up and taste it. See what it needs at this point. I ended up adding a little bit of everything. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of pepper, and then I added a little bit of salt. So just allow your taste buds to steer you correctly, and everything will be fine. Okay, so at this point I add in my potatoes. Now I want to add in half and then leave the other half for a little later. So I want my potato salad to be creamy, but not completely creamy, if that makes sense. So if you follow these instructions, you'll see what I mean. So now it's time to do some adjusting with the taste here as well. Pepper, salt, sugar, paprika if needed be. Whatever needs to be added, add it now. And now we're coming in up on home plate. That's right, we're almost done. I'm adding the other portion of my potatoes. Now, the portion of potatoes prior to this were the ones I used to make this creamy. Right? I mushed them and stirred them. But this is the layer of potatoes that will allow your potatoes to be chunky. That's right. And that is why I mentioned that you will have creamy yet chunky potato salad. You don't want it to be whipped too much because this is potato salad. This is not a smoothie. Okay? So, look how delicious this looks. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm sliding into home right now. Yes, I am. This is a home run, baby. Listen, I had an extra egg on purpose. That extra egg is for this purpose only, to decorate the top of your potato salad. Now, you probably find no need to do this, but this will verify whether you know what you're doing or not in the South, baby. You understand what I'm saying? If your potato salad just comes all creamy and shit, people don't know if you use Miracle Whip or not. But if you have this egg on top of this potato salad, everybody gonna try. Everybody. This is the thing that separates novice from expert, baby.